A lot of veterans need help when they come back home from serving. The Wounded Warriors Project is one organization that does a lot for them.
And to show his support, this man right here walking from Minnesota all the way down to Florida. Today he came through the Quad Cities, and Local 4's Zachary Winneke caught up with him to talk about this journey.
Jerry Meadows joined the Air Force in 1975, fulfilling a dream he'd had since he was a child. Now flash forward to 2020, and he and his oxygen tank are walking highways like the one behind me all the way to the Wounded Warriors Project headquarters in Jacksonville, Florida, to help raise money for other veterans. And though it is hard on cold days like today, he says he's not stopping until he gets there.
I really wanted to go out and walk the walk.
And that's quite literally what Jerry Meadows will be doing for almost 1,700 miles in order to raise money for the Wounded Warriors Project.
I want veterans to know that, there are still people out there that's willing to do such things in order to keep them in a positive direction.
That's a long way, which is already hard. Now adding cold weather and his oxygen tank.
It's rough. It's rough. What gets me through it is, I can think about what our veterans went through and things like that, and all of a sudden it gets a little easier.
And he has the oxygen tank for good reasons.
Went through a triple bypass and one of those grafts failed. I've got 10 cardiac stents, an enlarged heart.
So walking on the side of the highway isn't the only danger, but the tank isn't his only companion keeping him safe on the trip. His wife Virginia follows him in their 1996 Ford van with all their belongings in it. And this trip was quite a shock to her.
I think he's nuts, but that's my opinion. When he told me about it, I says, "You got to be kidding."
He is a veteran, but he's overcoming quite a few obstacles, so he's trying to spread another message as well.
I want this to be an inspiration to anybody that's suffering any type of disability. It's really not a full disability until you admit that it is.
It's not a question of if he will make it.
They got the coffee brewing now, and they're going to leave the lights on for me, and I can't disappoint them. I'm going to have to show up.
It's just a matter of when. And I asked Jerry if he'd be walking back to Minnesota when all this was finished, and that was met with a quick no by his wife, and Jerry agreed. He says he won't even be walking to his backyard after this. And if you want to contribute to his campaign, you can do so by mailing money to the Wounded Warrior Project or by going to their website. And if not, he says he always loves when people stop and talk to him while he's walking. In Eldridge, Zachary Winneke, Local 4 News.
Expects to make it to Jacksonville by September, possibly October. They did have a slow start because of some car issues, but now he says he's going between 10 and 14 miles every single day. If you want to help out with this fundraising, we have all that information Zachary talked about at ourquadcities.com.